Hey everybody, Jordan with the Young Turks and TYT Politics. It is Friday, September 23rd. Hope everyone had a nice week and has some good weekend plans. I am closing out the week, not focusing so much on Hillary Clinton, but indirectly it will focus on her. I want to talk about Tim Kaine. Obviously, vice presidents, unless you pick one like Sarah Palin, don't really get a lot of spotlight. But I think kind of Tim Kaine, and by extension Hillary Clinton, has gotten a pass for essentially being a net zero to the ticket. I think that when he was chosen as the vice presidential candidate, it was kind of overlooked. Oh yeah, he'll help get the Latino vote because he's bilingual.
Y bienvenidos a todos.
He'll help get moderate Republicans on the fence about Donald Trump. Tim Kaine, safe pick. Very, very conventional politician, affable, and that speaking Spanish will really help with the Latino vote.
My time in Honduras changed my life in so many ways. Aprendí los valores de mi pueblo, fe, familia y trabajo.
Well, it's been now 3 months with Tim Kaine. Hillary Clinton is sliding in most polls, and she is trailing the pace of President Obama among Latinos. So I'd like to know what Tim Kaine was chosen for instead of Elizabeth Warren or some other progressive that could have helped Hillary Clinton with her actual problem with millennials. So let's go through Tim Kaine for a second. A new poll came out yesterday saying, headline, Hillary Clinton has big lead over Trump among Hispanic voters. So you would think that's a good thing, right, for her? Among likely Hispanic voters, Clinton earned 65% of support compared to Trump's 17%. Gary Johnson at 9%, Jill Stein at 2%. Frankly, I'm kind of surprised Trump even had 17%. Romney had 27% in 2012. So you would think, what are you talking about, Jordan? That's not bad. Clinton's way ahead. Then you look at Florida, which has one of the highest, rate of Hispanics in the country, other than Nevada and other Colorado. Florida is one of the biggest ones. Here's an article from the Miami Herald not so long ago. Florida Hispanic voters strongly favor Hillary Clinton over Donald Trump, according to a new poll. But she has yet to reach the level of support among Latinos that helped President Barack Obama win the battleground and re-election 4 years ago. The poll by Miami-based Bendixson and Amandi International and the Terrence Group shows Clinton drawing 53% among Florida Hispanic, compared to 29% for Trump. That's a significant 24-point lead, but Obama hit 60% among Latinos in 2012, according to exit polls. He defeated Mitt Romney in Florida by a single percentage point. She should not only be where Obama is, she should be beating those numbers, and she's not. Pollster Fernand Amandi told the Miami Herald. He conducted the survey for Univision and the Washington Post. So you have Tim Kaine, bilingual, is doing ads in Spanish to reach the Latino population. Yet Hillary Clinton is trailing Barack Obama's pace among Latinos. As we know, Latinos is the fastest growing demographic in the country. So the fact that she's not doing considerably better or even, tied with President Obama's rate, not so good. Let me also read from the New York Times. Yes, demographic shifts will continue to slowly help Democrats, but Mrs. Clinton isn't getting the same leaps in support and turnout among non-white voters that let Mr. Obama grow the Democratic coalition. On average, Ms. Clinton leads among Hispanic voters by almost the exact amount that Mr. Obama did in pre-election polls in 2012. This is lost in many articles that cherry-pick the most shockingly pro-Clinton results. The results that don't show her doing so well, like a Pew poll showing her leading by 50 to 26%, are dismissed, even though the same pollsters 4 years ago showed Mr. Obama faring about as well as he ultimately did. Another reason Mrs. Clinton's relative weakness among non-white voters has been overlooked is that analysts and journalists have tended to focus on how Mr. Trump is doing worse than Mr. Romney did at the same time. But they leave out that Mrs. Clinton, by the same measure, is doing worse than Mr. Obama did. A final problem is that a handful of polls specifically targeting Latino voters tend to show Mrs. Clinton ahead by a larger margin than other surveys do. These pollsters argue that they're a more accurate reflection of the Latino electorate. Whether this is true is besides the point. The methodology employed by these surveys has always yielded stronger results for Democrats than other surveys. So basically, Tim Kaine was chosen, many think, to please Hillary Clinton's donors. Some would say it was some deal in the background when he stepped down in 2012 as the DNC chairman. Debbie Wasserman Schultz came in. I don't buy that. I don't think they would promise him the vice presidency 4 years before. That's just my opinion. But some people think Tim Kaine was basically chosen to pat Hillary's Wall Street donors on the back, say, hey, we're on board. We're not picking a maniac like Elizabeth Warren who's going to go after you, and just play it safe. I think that actually they thought that Tim Kaine, in their real just simple outlook on politics, they thought that Tim Kaine was somehow going to win them the Latino vote because he's bilingual. They could cut ads in Spanish and could talk to Latino voters, in the language they speak about how awful Donald Trump is. Yet, I mean, the New York Times, Miami Herald, all saying this is not the case. She's trailing. Also, Tim Kaine, you would think, was chosen to clinch up Virginia, which is one of the most important swing states on the map. You got Ohio, Florida, Pennsylvania, Nevada, and Virginia and North Carolina. So let me tell you a poll. It's unbelievable. On August 23rd, so exactly a month ago, Clinton was up 16 points in Virginia. You would think, hey, that Tim Kaine is really helping her sew up Virginia. This was at the same time that Donald Trump was literally self-sabotaging himself, getting in fights with military families and all the rest of his summer self-inflicted wounds. So she was up 16 points in Virginia a month ago. You want to know what a poll today has her up? Real Clear Politics, 6 points in Virginia. And that is down from 16 points a month ago. Head to head, Trump versus Clinton, Clinton up 7 points. So I'm not gonna BS you. 6 points is a fairly strong lead, but you're talking down from 16 points. And look at all these polls that have. I mean, she was up considerably in Florida. Now she's down. She was up considerably in Ohio. Now she's down 6 points with the first debate coming Monday, with the potential of more WikiLeaks coming out. I mean, what is Tim Kaine doing if it's dropping from 16 points to 6 points in Virginia, where he is a U.S. senator? By the way, he used to be the governor. So I don't forget whether you like Hillary Clinton or not. I don't know how they look at Tim Kaine as doing anything but nothing for them. Is he killing them? No, but he's definitely not helping them shore up the Latino vote to the levels President Obama did. By the way, the Obama coalition is Latinos, African Americans, and young people. We've already gone over. She ain't doing so hot with millennials, and now she's behind Obama's pace with Latinos and African Americans. And by the way, there's been report after report after report about low voter enthusiasm for Hillary Clinton. So we could talk about polls, but at the end of the day, African Americans and Latinos, they not only need to be scared shitless of Donald Trump, which many of them are, but they need to like this candidate, Hillary Clinton. They need to be excited about voting for her. You're not going to drag people out of their homes. You know, people are busy. We know how screwed up this voting system is. They might, towards the end of it, if more drip comes out about Hillary Clinton, not be so keen on voting for Hillary Clinton. So I would call it the curious case of Tim Kaine. You could call it Kaine and Un-Abel. I am trying to find an event close to me that he'll be at. Just to, not because I want to see Tim Kaine talk. I'd like to see how many people go and what the mood is, because honestly, I can't think of a less consequential vice presidential choice in recent history. Mike Pence, not that he's riveting, but he's your cardboard cutout of an evangelical religious conservative. He helped Donald Trump shore up the Republican base. He doesn't make mistakes, soundbite wise. So if anything, he helped Donald Trump appear more normal and more digestible to a very skeptical Republican base, which, by the way, hurt Hillary Clinton's cause. Hillary Clinton in part picked Tim Kaine instead of a progressive person to endear herself to the Never Trump coalition. Pence hurt that. So Jason said, sell this BS somewhere else. Gary Johnson is going to take this. Sorry, Jason. I think you're I think you're being a little too hopeful. Although I'm trying to get an interview with Gary Johnson. So at the end of the day, I'd like to know, what is Tim Kaine on the ticket for? What is he doing to helping her, other than going to fundraisers, helping to collect the checks for Hillary Clinton, and other than that, he's not helping in Virginia anymore. He doesn't seem to be lifting her to at least Obama levels or above Obama levels among Latinos and blacks. So he's certainly not helping her get millennials. So I don't understand what this Tim Kaine guy is doing for her. Obviously, it's too late to change. I think Kaine versus Mike Pence vice presidential debate might have 3 people watching it. Unfortunately, I'll be one of them. It's mind-boggling. It's such a strategic mistake to have picked him. And now you're seeing with all these, it's not on Tim Kaine, it's on her, the candidate, for these slipping poll numbers. But among the constituents that you chose Tim Kaine for, to try to boost Latino vote, to try to, pick off some more moderate Republicans. Remember, Tim Kaine is one of these who says, I'm pro-choice because I don't believe in making choices for women, but personally I believe abortion is a sin based on his religion.
Soy católico. I'm a Catholic. And Hillary is a Methodist. But I tell you, her creed is the same as mine. Do all the good you can.
Tim Kaine, 5 minutes before he was picked by Hillary Clinton, was for the TPP. Got plenty of things about Tim Kaine for Republicans to love. But apparently it's not working by way of getting enough Republicans to support Hillary Clinton or getting the Latino vote to support Hillary Clinton to the levels of President Obama.